Okay, so you guys are blue team. What do
Yep.
you think about your
Oh boy,
draft?
it's the game.
Um,
A draft.
So going into this game, we
We've-
were really looking for Corky. Our mid
So
laners
this is
usually pretty confident on it.
this is off the ardent sensor patch, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
after
This
it.
is after that, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we also felt like Braum was pretty strong. I know that going into this game, Fresh was a contested pick. We banned that, and we felt like Braum was the next most contested. So we were happy with our Braum and 2 auto attackers.
I think because we play so bot lane centric, the Braum is less good for us, and the Janitress can be a little awkward to bully, especially with Braum.
Okay.
Outside of that, I
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
quite.
uh,
like-
we
I
have
think our
two
draft's
winning
really-
lanes. We have winning bot lane, winning top lane, mid lane. Probably should win early, but
Yeah.
you'll soon see that's not what happened.
Yeah, so when I look at this draft, I think your actual picks, like the comp itself looks fine, right? Like yeah, you win top, jungle matchups like whatever it's even. Corki has better early game, but he does get outscaled and it loses to Echo 1v1, so we'll just put that as a minus. And then yeah, your bot lane technically wins, but since it's a Braum Janna, pretty much nothing should happen really besides
Yeah.
Caitlyn just gets
Agreed.
push. So it's just like if your AD's better, you'll win lane. If your AD isn't better, it'll probably be even or Tristana wins. So it's whatever. The issue here is the win condition for your team is you need to start winning early and start rotating and sieging towers, right? Because you need to split with Trundle and you need to siege with Caitlyn Corki, right?
Agreed.
And what do? They want to either group up as a 4 or a 3-man with Tristana, Janna, and Gragas, which is almost impossible to siege or dive against because it's Janna, Gragas, Trist. And then they're just going to rely on split pushing with Echo, and Maokai's just going to try to hold the Trundle. So you have to really emphasize getting an early lead, getting Caitlyn out of lane, and just rotating and taking towers, right?
Yeah, I think on the upside that we do have, I don't think Echo or Maokai can hold Trundle later on though.
No, they can't. So I think your draft is fine. You just have to be aware that this is really dependent on bot lane rotating between lanes. And if you ever get bogged down into a 1-3-1 where your Corki has to hold against the Echo, you're gonna not really have a good time because you can't siege into them that well because Corki's dealing with Echo, and then your Caitlyn, Braum, Jarvan doesn't siege into Gragas, Tristana, Janna. And if
Yeah.
Trundle can't get split pressure against Maokai, you have no win condition.
So we're looking for the 4-1, and they're looking for the 1-3-1.
Yeah, and here I like the idea behind the invade, but honestly it's a bit better to just go through top side, go in through here, and then you just have the top laner has less time to see you. So if you're gonna go for this invade,
true.
just go through here.
We do that invade quite a bit, and they're in that bush and just walk off quite a lot. So
Yeah, I actually like this invade, and you see this invade sometimes in competitive, but you should always go through top. It's just way better. So anyway, good attempt. Anyway, so as long as you guys are aware of that, and you can play through bot, and you can maybe put some early gank pressure top, get Trundle ahead, he splits, but it's really about just getting Caitlyn out of lane.
yeah, that's how most of our Cait games go.
Yeah, I mean, you're
So,
picking
early
Caitlyn,
tower,
so yeah, if you
yeah.
don't really pressure bot, it's whatever.
Oh, we're gonna see what happens mid lane. I'm so excited.
So from what I've seen, it looks like Corki just gets molested this game. I don't really know what happened.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah.
I
So
didn't get to see any of this.
your mid laner is not here, but from what I don't really know what happens that he dies so early. He's level 2, he pushes to zone, Echo's gonna get level 2, you gotta back off. You gotta play further back than this because like you're not worried about getting the CS, this minion's about to die, you can just play back here and just auto. Okay, so you waste your Q on one creep, you get engaged on, you try to auto trade against him instead of backing off. And then you don't even flash. Okay,
That's
why. All right.
I'm just
Interesting.
unlucky.
So if
but
you're
the best thing about it was just me and Mike were just like
Alex, do you DC?
So if
Do
you're
we need to
gonna
pause?
try
did
to
he flash? Did he
No.
flash? Did you flash? No. Oh, okay.
yeah. So if you're gonna try to play that aggressively, take Doran's blade. Like I don't get if you're gonna use corrupting, then you gotta just wait for levels and just poke with Q. I don't
Oh,
really
that's a
get
good
what
one.
that was. So anyway, you int. You're gonna TP back. You got a pink ward. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Echo getting an early lead is pretty bad for your comp.
Yeah.
Now you have to be aware that what this means is, so you know that Gragas started top side because bot lane didn't leash. So it's around 3 minutes. He should be on his blue. He is on his blue. Let's turn off this vision so we can't cheat. So Fred, you gotta just communicate with your bot lane. Okay, he's probably at blue. You can be bot 3 minutes, but you should also be aware that you can also get ganked from mid from bot side. So what Corky should do is do this. He should control the wave, and then once this starts pushing out, because it inevitably will, and he missed some CS for no reason. You can't be missing CS when there's not even anyone in lane. You need to just push out this lane and get vision. So Fred, this is fine. You've got a pink ward and you've got 2 yellow wards. You need to get vision down a second this gets into the middle of the lane because you're gonna get ganked. Like, you're already losing lane. Your bot lane is perfectly safe. Your top laner cannot get ganked because you know he was bot side. And you have 2 trinket wards and a pink ward, and you've got a pushing wave. You need to push this out and use that time to get vision. So, like, there's no need to be playing so far back. You've got the waves pushing. If he engages on you, you've got 5 casters. You know your Jarvan's right here. You should just be prioritizing pushing this out, because if you don't, and I don't know what the fuck that Q was.
Okay, so you think Corky, as soon as Corky teleported back into the lane, he should have been hard pushing?
Yeah, because I mean, no, he
Okay.
should have froze he should have been slow pushing it until he built up a wave where he could fast
Yeah,
push
no,
it.
fast
Because
push.
then once he
okay,
gets
okay.
the big wave, there's no way Echo trades into him. Now you
Yeah, he's
see
too
this.
afraid of the echo when he comes
You
back in.
saw, yeah, so Trundle's even got vision for you. You know Jarvan just got this entire side cleared. So he's either backed or he's, which he should have backed, right? Because you know there's no wraiths here. So he's backed. So again, push this out and then use that time to get vision for yourself. You still have 2 wards and a pink ward. There's no need to play this slow. Like, there's no risk of you dying. And now the issue is, since you haven't hard pushed this, he's got the
worst
wave
case,
frozen
yeah.
here. So you're just like fucked in lane. And like he got, see, like, and you died to this gank? To be honest, it was kind of shit that Gragas got in. This ward is pretty shit. Like, you should either put it here or
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
But
that was
you
that was. I remember putting that ward down because I was afraid of the first blood echo roaming up for me. To be honest.
yeah. So and then here you've got 2
Greedy.
wards and a pink ward that you haven't used, and you've
Uh,
died to a gank.
Yeah,
'Cause you-
that feels bad.
So right now, like, this game is actually in a really difficult position. It's not over, obviously, especially at this level, but like, it's put
you
yourself
remaking
into
this
such
if
a
it's a
bad
scrim?
point. You don't, no, God. But now you know he's going top. You saw him push out. You saw him go top. You're such a free gank as Trundle. You still have a ward up, and you haven't even bothered warding River. You know he was mid, and you're gonna die to the top gank, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Am I? Please don't. Please don't die. Please don't die me. Probably gonna lose my flash. Or am I gonna die?
You're like 100% dead. Oh my God, this Gragas. What the fuck?
He's master tier, by the
Oh
way.
no, I do die.
Okay, so it's not even 5 minutes, and there's 3 deaths that did not need to happen.
Yeah, that was bad.
The first 2, like the 2 deaths from here was like pretty bad, and then this one was the worst death of all of them. Because, okay, you died in the 1v1, you didn't expect the level 2 damage from Echo, whatever, and then here Gragas kinda, like, this was kind of a deceptive ward where you thought you were safe, but you weren't, and you got in, even though you had vision up. But this one, like, 100%, you knew where Gragas was, you knew where Echo was, you knew they were heading top, And if you didn't, it should have been communicated. And then you just die to it anyway. And you waste your flash for it. And now your counter matchup that you picked into is now behind. And so now your win conditions by 5 minutes are already going down the drain. Because Echo is 3-0 at 5 minutes. So now Corky goes back in the lane, starts putting a ward down, and then for now I think you don't actually do much, but your bot lane just starts smashing this lane, which is pretty good.
Let's go bot lane.
So you have a window to make, like, you have an opening here because your bot lane's winning, it's your one winning lane, and I think you did a good job, Fred, of just going bot and securing that tower. See, look at how good that ward is mid. Now you don't fucking die. And now you secure bot tower. So this is actually really, really, really good. Because Trundle's fucked. You've got a null magic and a longsword against Bramble. You're not going to do anything until you get another item. Your bot lane can now rotate top, pressure this Maokai in with Jarvan, and take this tower. And if Maokai backs and Tristana and Janna go top, the same thing that just happened bot happens top, right? And as long as Corky doesn't die anymore and you guys can get vision around the towers and Trundle plays conservatively until he gets items where he can split push, you can use this Caitlyn to take over the game. But you guys don't seem to do that. So yeah, see, look, Corky flashes, gets out, well done. Honestly, you bought this pink ward the first time you died, you still haven't used it. Please use it. If you can't push the lane to get pink vision, either put it here or put it here. So this tower is already pretty chunked, but once he gets Hex Drinker, he can at least hold, and that should be fine for you guys. Why are you going mid?
I think we're afraid that no one else in the mid lane could hold the Echo, and we don't want to lose mid tower. But trading is way better.
So
They should go top.
here's the issue with this. One, you're never gonna take mid, right? Because you're never gonna build up a wave. Echo has decent wave clear and he's super fucking strong. Two, that just means your Trundle, who is supposed to be a winning lane, is now in a 2v1 against their bot if they go top. And then you've got Corky against Maokai, which is like a free farm lane.
Did we call for them to go mid because Corky based, and then to rotate up towards top?
I think the idea is that they are going to go top, I think.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, oh, there's some minions at the tower, let's quickly swing by mid lane.
Okay. So then you need to make sure you're getting defensive vision, and Trundle should honestly be backing and going bot if that's the case. Because you're still behind in tempo with both side lanes, and it just doesn't make sense.
Alex doesn't want to recall and run top to a lane that I'm already pushing out, so he wants to go bot instead. Also, I think Alex wants to go against the Maokai because that's the only place he can pick up farm.
Okay, so this is the issue here. Like, if you're gonna go to get mid and then go top, you need to go top now, because look at this wave that's building up. If bot lane goes in with this wave, it's like, okay. If your idea was that you're gonna go mid and then go top, you're wasting time, and then again you've got Corky into Maokai, which is whatever. And where's Trundle gonna go? Like, I guess if you want to just commit to this top side, but then you're gonna lose mid. So you actually have no good option. You force yourself to have to trade if you stay for this wave.
I think we're always trading, right?
Yeah,
even if bot goes top earlier, we still probably trade for mid. I want bot to go top into 3-man the top tower and get it as quick as possible, I think.
Yeah, so now they're going top, but because you guys spent so much time here, you didn't get vision. And this happens.
Oh, hello.
Shit, hello.
And again, because of the lane allocations, Trundle, you should have honestly, like, the second this started, you should have probably started heading bot, because you're not going to take this tower, but I honestly don't think it would have made any difference. Like maybe if this fight had stalled out a bit longer, you'd probably be
Yeah.
here by now, but yeah, I don't know. I think this was pretty doomed. So, in my opinion, I think okay, so this is what happens. So either you go immediately top and you lose like 4 creeps here, and then you move in with Trundle and take top tower, or you go in, Trundle backs, he goes bot, and then Corki gets that wave mid. Because honestly, they're really like they weren't pushing this tower. There's 4 creeps here that your bot lane caught, and then they stayed for another wave.
Yeah, it's also partly down to like the way our team works, where I'm like actively down to give up creeps for anyone else on the team, pretty much, in all of our games. So I always want to try and get other people into a better lane, but with our comp, it's probably better that the Trundle is getting the farm than the Corki. But like I'm always thinking like, oh, the Corki's getting fucked by the Echo. If he can lane against the Maokai instead of me, then he can get farm.
Well, it's not you getting the farm or anything. It has nothing to do with that. It's the issue is that you need to assign your lanes so that you can take towers.
Yeah.
Because okay, so again, I'm gonna just repeat what happened. So here, bot lane goes mid instead of Corki. They catch 4 creeps.
Yeah.
So if your goal was to go through mid and then go top, you need to get vision first. Instead, bot lane greeds for another wave. Gragas predicts the rotation or is just ready to counterplay, gets a gank off, and you all die. And then during this time, Trundle's doing nothing but split push, and which is okay for his role, but you're not getting it. Like you're not going to take the tower, and you just lost 4 people mid. And Maokai didn't even have to teleport. So it just neither did Echo. Like they just ran down mid and got a play that didn't need to happen. So if you're in the process of resetting your lanes, you need to be establishing vision too, because this pick is terrible.
Would you have recommended sending the bot lane straight to top?
Well, I think
man in the tower.
I think it was. Well, I don't even really think you're defending the tower because they weren't even pushing. Like they just left the 4 creeps there. So if you see like okay, so there's a wave here. Corki was on his way to catch it. I just don't understand what I was assuming if you guys were saying we're gonna go through mid and then go top, that makes no sense to me because Corki could have just caught it.
So
yeah.
The main idea is to get Corki out of the Echo lane.
Yeah, which is just not correct because again, if that's the case, then you still have 3 lanes of no pressure because if their bot lane doesn't actually go mid and they go top, you lose top. You can't take mid because Echo's gonna wave clear. And like even if you slowly start chipping the tower, you're gonna take mid a hell of a lot slower than they're gonna take top with Tristana, Janna into Trundle. And then your Corki's in an even lane, which is fine, he's catching up, but during that time, your winning lane is now getting denied, and then your winning and your actual winning lane, like the ones that got ahead early with the first tower, are doing nothing. So even with that thought process, it's still wrong. So if Corki was dead and you guys were here to catch this wave and then go top, this was fine. But that's not the case. He was actually going mid, and then you guys said, no, go bot. We're going to go mid. And then you don't even get vision, and then you die. So not only was this play bad innately, but then it became even worse because you got vision late, died, 4 people died, and at this point, this game is over. In all honesty, because you have no win condition. Your winning lane is now behind. Your top laner is doing nothing. Their split pusher is 5-0, and your Corki's 1-3. And now your bot lane's bot again for some reason.
Yeah, the more we look at it, the worse it gets, right?
Yeah. So and at this point, really, there's no win condition besides them inting, which is okay, like that is a win condition in Newell, and like even at higher levels of play, right? Like even the best teams throw really free games. So now you have to lane assign appropriately, which you're finally doing with your bot lane going top. And you just have to look for openings where they overstep, where you can potentially collapse on their split pusher, or they just like make a really bad Baron call or something. And that's pretty much it. But it's all relying on them like fucking up. There's no actual proactive play you can make. So
it's all about we want to trade as much as possible, I suppose.
Well, I mean, once your mid lane's that far behind, it was pretty much like you had to potentially concede mid tower, but you could keep rotating your Caitlyn and just out tempo, and then eventually get to a point where they don't really know what to do because you guys are just playing the macro game better. But once you went mid and then died mid, it was like you don't actually have a good option besides waiting for them to fuck up. And I think from what we can see from here to here, you don't ever find that opportunity. And they just take tower, Drake, tower, some kills. You get Baron.
You're gonna want to watch this.
Oh yeah. This one's exquisite.
This is special.
So you all
This
die.
is a null classic.
Yeah.
You just like flash Q it or something?
Oh no.
No.
It's
Why would
even
he
worse
flash?
than that.
Why would I flash?
Why would he flash?
Why would Janna, Tristana, Grags not let a Trundle just walk up to a Baron?
Prepare yourself.
Wow. Okay, well,
And we're done.
so that happens. It shouldn't have happened, and you should have lost the game here. And
Yeah.
you managed to come back a bit, but you lose. But yeah, so this early game was like, I think your draft was fine. I think you just had to be aware that you had to get an early lead with this draft, because if they get to a 1-3-1 position and your top laner cannot pressure their top laner and your Corki can't handle their echo, there's no play for you to make. You can't engage, you can't win 1v1, you can't out team fight, so you just lose.
I think you're absolutely correct to skip that whole middle part where red team takes everything.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets interesting again. It's like we
should have
prayed
won
for a
the
miracle.
game.
We prayed for a miracle. We got the miracle.
Yeah, but the
Like,
rest of, but the thing
we
is,
should have lost the
the
game,
rest of
yeah.
this doesn't matter. Like I could go over it and it
Right,
doesn't matter.
right.
You guys
This,
should have lost the game. Like, well, you guys lost the game here, and then
Yeah.
this should have been the nail in the coffin. You got a lucky steal, and yeah, maybe you could have played this out better, but it's pointless. That doesn't fucking matter. What
Okay, fair.
matters is that you had these 3 deaths did not need to happen. And then you found a way to get an advantage here with bot lane, and you actually could have found an opening to take control back in this game with how badly early game went. And then instead of doing that, you made some weird lane assignment, died, and then at that point, like, it's impossible for you guys to actually make anything happen. And then thank God Trundle Q outsmites. So cool beans, but like it doesn't really matter. So that's that's all I need to say about that game. Early
Agreed,
game needs
yeah.
to be fixed in terms of 1v1. I don't know if this guy's like first time Corki, but
No, not first time Corki. It's more like first time playing against Echo.
okay.
As
Still.
cool.
Yeah, so you just gotta
Yeah.
play more respectfully early. If you're gonna take corrupting potion, you don't win all ins. 2, you need to you need to set up your vision earlier for mid. Especially and like focus, like you have to be more aware of your lane management, because what's the point of not hard shoving the lane when it's over here, so you can get this to bounce back and you can safely farm and you can establish vision. Like you just slow pushed it into him, so he froze it here and then you get ganked. And like you had 2 wards and a pink ward, and you never even used your pink ward for like 10 minutes. So it was just a free death, and then top lane dying as well was pretty troll. And then this point here was like the lane allocation was wrong, but you could still make this work by rotating top with this wave, but you greeted for another wave and you didn't even establish vision beforehand, and then you walk blind into no vision.
Yeah.
You already have a ward here, so you know Gragas isn't bot side, so he's probably playing here. You know his red spawned because his blue is just spawning, so he's probably on the top side of the map. You don't see anyone else, and you blind check here. And then you die. And then you lose mid tower, and you lose all pressure on the game. So, pretty silly game that's lost by 8 minutes.
Do you think it's better to path for the Trundle Maokai lane early than Gragas to protect pushing Caitlyn lane?
Yeah, so I think if your bot, like, if you think you can kill top side, I think it's fine to throw early pressure top and path top, especially if your bot lane can just get lane control and then establish vision so they can't die to a gank, which they did. That's fine, but obviously there's going to be an innate risk, like, okay, maybe my bot lane plays a bit aggressive, they get ganked a lot, I need to be there, or okay, there's not really any chance I'm ever going to get a kill top, so there's no point, so I might as well defend bot. That's kind of a judgment call on your end. you can communicate that. Like, I want to look for an early kill top, so top lane, try not to push the lane. Bot lane, you guys need to get early wards down. Just be careful of the Gragas gank, and it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
like it's not like just because like you play in solo queue, you just because you're top doesn't mean that immediately your bot lane dies. Like, as long as you
Yeah.
play aware of it, it should be fine.
I think I should have started red and then done a thing on Jarvan where you either match them, and then if they aren't starting like the same side as you, you just go and take their buff and then run somewhere level 2 with like my red buff and his blue buff.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have totally gone to leash at red and then saw that they didn't leash blue, and you could have just ran there and told your bot lane to try to get pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have been able to as Caitlyn Braum level 1, but if you have a different bot lane, let's say they can push out, even if they leash, then it's a different story. But
Yeah.
but secondly, like, if this rotation is happening top side, you can't be here. So
Yeah.
every time you rotate top, the most important thing is that the jungler rotates with the bot lane, regardless of the camps being up. You need
Yeah.
to be here with them to get vision, so this doesn't happen, first
Yeah.
of all.
Okay.
But two, if this wave is here crashing and your bot lane getting red, and their Gragas and their bot lane shows up top, you actually can't use that wave to take anything. But meanwhile, let's
Yeah.
say Trundle actually went bot, or, you know, let's say he stayed top because your Cork is running teleport, so it's actually workable that he stays top. And they try to defend with a 3-man. You call the teleport, and then Jarvan dives, and you guys win with the giant wave, and like you take control of the game.
yeah,
But
that's actually something we don't do enough. Is
but like you need to be top or at the whatever lane you're going to that has the wave going in, and you gotta just say fuck the camps. Like, your job with this rotation is tempo and getting pressure on tower, not getting
Okay.
farm. So it's really important you do that. Okay, cool. So that's this game done. Let me get the other game up.
Okay, nice one. Thank you.
This game's more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, neither of them are perfect for review, but they're both good in different ways.
This one's more of a throw.
Oh, yeah, this is when we just didn't know how to use Baron game, and we took
Okay.
too long.
So let's get everyone in order. What do you think of your draft?
I think we tunneled on the Blitzcrank too hard. It's something that our support has been playing a lot in solo queue, and
he's like a
he was
Blitzcrank
confident
watcher.
with it, you know.
Have you played Blitzcrank before in scrims or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's been successful?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Is this our first Blitzcrank loss?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. If you guys are confident in the pick and it's been successful in the past, then fair enough. I think it's pretty shit in this game. I don't really know what it does.
Yeah.
But if you guys have played it before and it's worked, then it's on you guys to make this Blitzcrank work. Okay, so then how do you play this comp?
Do we have TP on Corky? No, we don't in this game. So it's
It's like
like
a
basically 4-1 again.
yeah.
What do you do early game?
Well, you pressure. You want bot lane's obviously the only like. I guess mid lane's just kind of even in it early.
Yeah.
Corky has an advantage.
Early game is probably all about whether Blitzcrank does stuff or not.
Yeah, and then how do you make sure the Blitzcrank does stuff?
Giovanni.
Warding around him.
Well, yeah, and you pressure him, and you have a Shen, and you have a Corki, so you make bot
Yeah.
lane plays, right? Shen Corki is a really strong combo because the second Corki has package, you have a guaranteed play anywhere on the map.
Yep.
So when I look at this comp and I look at their comp, I see, okay, they've got an okay matchup top, but it's whatever, Shen just survives. Rek'Sai should have better early pressure than Sejuani. This is a farm lane. This is a technically their bot lane should win, but if your bot lane is better, or if Blitz can land like really good hooks, you guys win. But this is actually a pretty bad lane for you guys. You should lose this one. So you've got actually no winning lanes and a losing jungler.
Holy shit!
Um,
When you put it like that.
Yeah, so it's actually, this early game is really, really hard for you guys if they can play around it. However, as like a team-wide unit, with the exception of the Blitz, you've got a pretty strong roster once you make it out of early game. Because even though Caitlyn's a really strong AD in lane, Ashe is like kind of a soft counter, and she has a better support matchup, so it should be pretty bad for you guys bot. Like worst
Yeah, it
case
should be bad
scenario,
early.
you should, you might be down CS, but you should never really die in that lane. But your half of the strength of Caitlyn is winning lane, and if that's not happening, it's like, okay, what's the point of this pick?
I remember going into game, I remember saying to everyone, like, it's all about our sieging, and we need to be super vigilant about warding our flanks, and for like the Jarvan Rek'Sai flank.
Yep.
That's the way we lose the game, really. We set up at a siege and we get
Yeah,
destroyed.
so the way you lose this game is Rek'Sai takes over with Jarvan and Ashe pick early, or you guys let yourselves get flanked and picked. Otherwise, you should win in mid game and late game. You technically outscale, but it actually depends on how you execute team fights. Because Blitz is either the best late game support or the worst late game support. Like he either
Yeah.
gets that
Yeah.
pick and you win, or you don't and you don't have
Yeah,
support.
and a lot
He
of
was
these team
definitely one of
fights-
those.
Yeah, the
Um,
Braum ended up being 10 times more useful in team fights.
Yeah. So what you want to do with this comp is get early defensive vision, make sure that Rek'Sai can't actually get early ganks off, and then once you hit 6, you commit to bot, and that's all you do. Because it doesn't matter if you gank top, it doesn't really matter if you gank mid unless you get like a disgusting lead. It's about using this pick as much as we can, and using our globals and like Corki package as much as we can, because
Yeah.
that's what this comp does. Obviously, like doesn't matter. That's the textbook. Like you look at it on paper. Obviously, anything can happen in a game. Corki gets 20 kills mid, takes over. Shen builds Trinity Force in 1v9s or something. But like in terms of just looking at the draft, that's how you should play the comp. Obviously, you don't need to stick to that if you see other opportunities, but the fact that we had to have this long of a discussion on what you should be doing with your draft tells me that when you guys went into game, you didn't really have an understanding of what you wanted to do early game.
True.
We did know we wanted to play around bot.
Okay. How are you
I
gonna
don't
play around
remember
bot though?
I don't remember using a good package this game though.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's just speed this up then, and we'll see what happens. Let's turn off vision again, just so we don't cheat.
Oh wait, is this the unlucky Sage 1 early game?
So
Oh,
you
no, that
get
was against-
blue,
No,
you get
no.
wolves, you get red. So that's actually pretty insane that Rek'Sai hasn't done anything. You see Rek'Sai on an early ward, you avoid it.
I think we were expecting the
The
either
cheese
the XP
gank.
Quint cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I remember we stalked him on OPGG. Saw that he runs
yeah, we were
P
expecting
Quint
the
room.
XP. cheese.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you actually just won this early game because Sejuani just 3-buffed Rek'Sai and he got nothing. So that's actually really fucking good. Good call on the XP Quint cheese. This is
Yeah, I
actually
remember
pretty
seeing it at
massive
this
for you
point.
guys. They even pinged you out bot lane, so I don't really know what happens. I'm assuming you kill Jarvan because he's pretty overextended. And bot lane just has to play safe. So good ward behind them. Honestly, your bot lane's been playing really well around the pressure. They've understood what they needed to do and respect. And now you're going to get a free kill top. Okay, good job. So this is really good, right? Your Sejuani gets first blood, you've 3-buffed Rek'Sai, Rek'Sai has legit done nothing. Your bot lane somehow has lane priority, I don't know how. Honestly, they should be getting kind of slapped around in lane a bit, but I guess I don't know how good their bot lane is.
It's Rels.
It's who?
You know Rels.
Maybe?
I don't know if you do it.
I
Maybe
might.
he's
I don't
not-
know. It sounds familiar. I'm assuming it's just an
Yeah.
AD, UK AD. Okay.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
it's-
this is the
like-
Enclave B team.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Enclave Dusk.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is the Masters game, not the.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the came after this open
Week.
tournament.
So again, your early game's been fine, and now you just have to establish vision bot. Maybe you can gank mid, maybe you can go top again, but I really don't see the point in going top again. Like, you just want to let Shen get some gear,
Yeah.
hit 6, and then you can just make cross map plays.
I should have backed before now.
I'm still getting used to voices. Who said that?
Shen.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should have backed when you got the kill and just reset.
Yeah. I think the wave was in an awkward
See,
place.
this is like what that bot lane should be going as. Like, if you even hook anybody, he just shields and you guys lose. This Ashe is pretty bad. She should be playing a bit better with like. So I think this lane should be going worse than it actually is, but that's fine. If you're just confident that you guys can play matchups better bot, then it's totally fine to draft like this. As long as you're aware of what you're signing up for.
Young Sim with the Caitlyn one.
Yeah. We play pretty much every game bot lane focused.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our most two-played ADs are Kalista.
Kalista
Yeah.
and Caitlyn, yeah.
I'm gonna speed things up because not much is gonna be happening.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if he's just got me under tower like this, I should definitely just be backing and TPing back to lane, right?
Yeah, I think
have
it's fine for you to. If this was another top laner, I'd be pretty upset with you for staying that long and then having to teleport back into lane. But since you're Shen, it's fine.
Yeah.
But typically you should just reset at a better time. Like, it's just
I should
pretty.
definitely have bought by level 6 so that I can use
Yeah.
all there.
And then here, I don't know what the fuck Blitzcrank was doing. I think he was trying to help you, but he just like kind of brain AFK'd. You can't. Yeah, he just pathed into the two of them. Like what?
I'm
Yeah.
helping.
What a hook.
God, that looks bad in slow mo.
It doesn't look good in full speed either.
Yeah. So that kind of sucks that your blitz doesn't have flash now, because that's kind of necessary to make a play bot, but it's whatever.
Oh, the other thing worth noting that we never talked about was that we traded Blitzcrank Flash for Jarvan Flash on the level 1.
Yeah.
And so that's what really facilitated
That's
the
what
top
got
lane.
the-
Yeah,
first
that's
blood.
that's fine. I didn't. Yeah, like if you're gonna blow a flash for another like a solo lane flash, that's totally worth on blitz.
Yeah.
So you have to TP back in the lane because of that bad back timing, which kind of sucks. But you're Shen, so it's okay, I guess. Your mid lane needs to get in the habit of using his trinket wards more. Just like, I know he's getting pushed in, but this gives Rek'Sai the opportunity to invade without any pressure. Like, so rule of thumb for mid lane warding: if you're playing around here, you get river vision. So here, or like the pixel brushes. If you're playing past this point, you get vision in their entries. So like these bushes or like up here. And then if you're getting pushed back here, like this, you need entry wards on your end so that you can see when Rek'Sai's invading.
That's a really good rule of thumb.
The fact that you have trinket wards up, and like I've seen this in both games, it's pretty sloppy. Okay, you sweep, clear vision. This is fine. Like, this is good for you to go bot and play bot side. Like, your entire game plan is just make a play bot. So you find a play mid, which is good. You force her flash. Totally fine. You're gonna reset. I think you take your top lane camps, you tell both solo lanes to reset, and then you make a play bot.
Okay.
Who's a shot caller on your team?
Early game is
Variable.
most, but there's a lot of come to this lane, do this.
Most
We're not very
variable.
good at the planning ahead thing. Like, oh, we want to do these things to make this happen in 2 waves or whatever.
Yeah, we have an idea of what we want to make happen. Like we have plans ahead, but then we're bad at actually facilitating them to happen. Really.
Yeah, so right now, Corky's got package and bot lane's going bot. So they're gonna reset and you've got a minute and this is probably gonna time out by then, which kinda sucks, but you should be trying to say, okay, we just reset, Corky's mid, we're going bot, we're gonna push bot out, and then we're gonna go bot, not top. You need to reset Sejuani, and you need to not waste your ultimate on ganking Jarvan. Because what this does is put you in a lane that doesn't matter if you've won it or you've lost it. Like,
Hmm.
unless, you know, you've hard lost it or you've hard won it. But I don't really think that's going to happen in this situation. So now you just wasted your ult. And now Corky's wasting his time topside and uses his package to go mid. Now imagine if you had reset, gone bot with your bot lane, Corky held onto his package, pushed out the lane, and instead of going top, went bot. Then the second this wave crashes, Sejuani's here with Shen ult and Corky package.
Totally different game.
Yeah, we should have been looking for that.
Instead, Sejuani's, okay, time to go top again, by the way. Awesome. And now I think you have to blow flash. You have to blow Shen ult. You die. so now you don't have Shen ult. Now you don't have flash on either tank or Sejuani. On either Shen or Sejuani. So now you actually don't have a play to make bot lane for another 3 minutes.
Yeah,
And
I remember being super unhappy about going over the package and Shen ult timing and not doing anything with it.
It's been 10 minutes, and what has this Blitzcrank done? Nothing. If you're gonna pick the champ, play with the champ. Otherwise, play a better support.
Do you guys remember if we picked it into Braum or not?
Yeah, it's last pick, right?
Yeah, we
You picked it into Braum. Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it was because
Mikey
Mikey
just
was.
wants Blakes every game.
I think also when Mikey's picking for himself, he does a lot of
yeah.
I'm picking this. Kind of.
Yeah.
And it was also,
What-
because I
whatever.
remember in the pick banner, it was like, yeah, we don't want Blitz into Braum. He was like, no, I played
And
that
then
loads in solo queue. It's fine, I can win it. And we're like, oh, sure.
I mean, it has nothing to do with winning. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so, and then he dies here, I guess? Jesus, he's tanky. Okay, well, so he dies here because he oversteps. Like, I don't know what, you
He
can't.
probably felt like he was safe because Sejuani was in river.
Yeah, but
Like, yeah, getting mid right there, right?
but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, like, okay, so if you think you're
Yeah,
safe
right.
there, you have to think differently because that's not the case.
Yeah, correct.
So here, like, Braum is clearly stepping up. You need to not input this
wonder
way.
why.
You need to be running. You have to be aware that they have Braum ult, Ashe ult, and Rek'Sai's like early game Rek'Sai is actually going tank, which is odd, but whatever.
I think it's because he fell behind early.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, I feel like, what's the point of picking tank Rek'Sai into Sejuani then? It's like, okay.
Yeah, true.
So then Sejuani's going mid, and they say, okay, Blitz is inting, whatever, we'll get mid. So that's fine. You end up trading 1-for-1, which is totally worth considering it's a support kill for their mid. But yeah, you know, imagine if you had Shen ult there instead of having to waste it because you repeat gank top, like, for no reason.
Yeah, maybe that'd be better.
So
Only maybe. Though.
you get mid, which is pretty good actually.
That's
Yeah.
big.
And then what's what?
Do we get mid?
Wait, do we?
Why is he trolling? Okay.
Wait, what? Wait.
Wait, this guy is
What is he
on
doing?
Enclave too?
Yeah.
What?
He's
Who the fuck do
apparently
you
he-
guys recruit?
he was master tier supposedly.
Was.
Yeah, no flank.
I was master tier. That doesn't mean shit.
I know some other
Same.
people who are master tier.
I know
actually.
some. Yeah, and now I'm hard stuck D2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get mid and you get a free kill. So you're pretty much 3k gold lead. You've got first blood mid tower. Your solo lanes are pretty far ahead, which is odd considering the draft, but that's fine. Like, totally
Can't wait to
acceptable.
throw this game.
I don't actually. Yeah, it seems like at this point this should be your game to win, because now
Yep.
Corky can just get mid priority permanently. Because if Orianna ever steps past this point, she has no tower. Sejuani just runs her down. And then you just make plays top or bot. Probably should be bot because you've got the Blitzcrank, but we'll see.
The game ends up going really slow.
Yeah, I can see from here to here you guys really don't do too much, but we'll see. So you push this out. You've got pretty good vision control around mid. You guys somehow kill him 2v2 and you take the tower.
Let's go bot lane.
This is GG. I don't know what you guys do. You take this tower, you got to kill it, you get Earth Drake, you rotate top, you take top, and then it's like the map's open. You don't need to push this wave out. Just get Drake and then reset.
Yeah, we were definitely calling
Like
that.
you should
too.
just do Drake.
Right
You're
now we are
wasting
calling
time.
Dragon the top.
No.
Oh my
Oh, I
god,
remember this.
Mikey!
I was so
Oh my
tilted.
god, Mike!
I was so tilted. Yeah.
Okay, so you waste your Shen ult. You waste both sums. And oh my fucking god. Okay. Alright. So there's several things wrong here. So take the fucking tower. You guys did that much. Thank God. Now here,
Oh, the mastery emote as well.
if you're gonna greed for this wave, that's not amazing because it's gonna push out. And like the thing is, if you hard push us out and Ash freezes it here, and then when your Shen has to rotate, he's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Because
we should leave that way for Shen
yeah.
to collect later, right?
Exactly, because this is gonna push back out so Shen can catch it. When you push this out, you have to get it to tower. Then when you're doing that, you got no vision here, and you're still delaying your tempo swing. So it's
Yeah,
just
that's
like
the key factor. Jarvan's missing. We got no vision in their red buff. And
So,
that's
like,
what makes
it's-
I
the big
do
block.
remember several people at this point.
well,
calling
yeah,
Mike
your bot
not to
lane.
go
This
forward
is
to
this
come
is
back to
primarily
Dragon.
for your bot lane, so they have to understand what they're looking at. So here, if you're gonna
Yeah.
push this out, you have to push it out, and then you have to commit to getting it over here. What you do not do is flash engage, because even if you get this kill and there's no backfire, what's the point? The only
yeah.
reason
Yeah,
you
best
go
case scenario, it's still bad, right?
Yes, the only reason you go for kills is to get objectives, right? Like there's no other reason. Early game you can get kills so you can get a lane lead and then you can get those objectives, but at this point the towers are down, laning phase is over, kills are secondary to objectives. So
What about
even
getting
if
kills so that you can pop your mastery emote afterwards, though.
yeah, no. So if you're gonna flash here for this and you get this kill, you've now wasted a 5-minute cooldown for something you could have been using when you're rotating and potentially diving here, making a play for Herald, making a play around mid, maybe they try to contest Earth Drake. It's just a complete waste of time. Even if you get this kill, it's a waste of resources. It gets you nothing besides 300 gold, and that could effectively be a lot more in another situation. Instead of just getting the kill, you actually get it turned, you waste your ult, you
Right.
use
Am I
summoners.
supposed to not Channel and push
No,
top?
you let him fucking int if he's gonna int. There's no way
I
that
only
fight
Channel
was
because there's
ever
more
gonna be
people around.
turned.
Yeah, no.
It was a terrible call to try to commit to it, and then you guys should still honestly like the fact that Corki gets out is amazing, but you give up a bunch of kills and you give up Earth Drake for no reason besides I wanted to flash for a kill that got us nothing. It's not like that would have gotten you like a Baron. It like legit was nothing. It was
Yeah.
worth nothing. So okay, so hard troll, but it's fine. You're still 3k in the lead. You should be rotating top. You actually do go top this time. So here, fuck your red buff. Go top. Get vision control here. Take their blue if it's up. You can get your fucking red buff anytime you want. Their blue buff isn't always going to be up. If they have camps, you can counter jungle that. You can get complete vision control with Blitzcrank. If Rek'Sai comes in, you either get a pick, you zone him off, you go top. If Jarvan wants to defend this by himself, you Shen TP instead of his ult because you wasted your ult. You dive him, you kill him, you take this tower, you potentially take another tower, you get Herald. You don't fucking jerk
have
off
package
getting
now as
red
well,
buff.
right?
Yeah, you don't take red here. You go
Do we
with
have
bot lane.
package?
Yeah, I think we have package.
You also have package. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
why are you going to raids?
Yeah.
See, this guy should be dead. Luckily, Corky's thinking ahead
package.
and is actually with the team here. You should be here. You should be taking all of this instead of taking this and this. See, imagine if this team was like the last team, where they had tried to counter your swap, and the Gragas was the Rek'Sai was already waiting here, and when Corky goes in, he dies. Or if they had swapped after taking Drake, and when Corki goes for this dive, he dies because you don't have vision and Sejuani is in here. Instead, they decide to trade, so it actually ends up working out. But in a different scenario where this team plays like the last team and they match, you guys all die here, and you don't take tower.
Yeah, I was expecting the Rek'Sai to be top as well.
Yeah. So this was an insanely greedy path and a really bad decision that actually ended up working out because they ended up trying to match you instead. And Shen shouldn't be here. He doesn't have vision to know where they
Yeah,
are.
I should have left.
Like, because if you're making this play, that tells me you're under the impression they're matching you. So then Shen should not be here to begin with. So either way, this just you guys aren't really thinking ahead. You're just playing reactively. And in this situation, it works out. But in another situation, this could have lost you the game. So here you get Herald. That's nice. And you end up getting it, like you're still maintaining your 3k gold lead, but you don't want to maintain a lead, you want to expand the lead. And the fact is, with how disgusting of an early lead you got with what happened here, the fact that you haven't actually expanded it is pretty silly, especially since you have a better comp for snowballing. And then here, Caitlyn dies, but you trade, I think. It's whatever. Shenal wasn't up yet. Oh shit, oh what the fuck? Okay. Well, great. So you outplay, you get 2 kills, awesome. So I don't know what takes so long for you guys to get another objective since you have Herald. So what do you do with this comp now? Tell me.
We've just managed. When is Shen out coming up?
Oh, we should 4-1.
Shenalt is up now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just up. I just TP'd to that fight.
It's 1-3-1 or 1-4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
if
we can just sit Shen bot and take control. I mean, we already have vision control of their blue side jungle, so our 4-man can play around top and mid quite easily.
Yep.
I would have suggested sending Shen top because he's already got wards to keep himself safe.
No,
I'd rather have wars with the 4-man.
if they make a play on Shen, Shen's not gonna have pressure on top really. Like Jarvan's actually Jarvan didn't go Tiamat, so yeah, Shen will have pressure. But if they make a play on Shen,
oh yeah.
If they make a play on Shen, you just destroy their team.
We're happy about it, right?
Yeah,
okay.
and then
Yeah.
two.
Okay,
So your answers were correct. You either if Corki had teleport, 1-3-1 would be a lot better. Instead, you send Corki to top lane, get the wave pushing or like to pressure, and then rotate mid. So just cut in through here. You've got the vision to do that. Your 3-man pushes up here. Shen catches here, and then what do you do? Yeah, they have some wave clear with Orianna and Ashe, but if they want to step up to wave clear, you've got a Sejuani ult, you've got Caitlyn and Corki poke, you've got a Blitzcrank hook. So if they step up, they've have 4 different things you have to be worrying about. And you're so far ahead at this point, 4k in the lead with a super fed Corki and like a very behind front line that anyone you get poke onto or get a hook on should probably be dead. And then even if they have to play back, you set up your vision, you set up your traps, you set up your vision line, you keep sending Corki top to get pressure. Ori or Ashe have to catch it, they then lack wave clear. If not, then Corki takes the tower, and then you just take this tower. Like, you just take their entire base, pretty much. You just...
I have one more question, which is, when we took the Rift Heralds, I think there was Sejuani, Caitlyn, and Blitzcrank all around. Is Sejuani usually the best person to have the Rift Herald on?
Yeah, Sej is probably the best. It's not a big deal.
It doesn't matter too much, right?
It really doesn't. The worst person would be giving it to Shen.
Anyway. Yeah,
Just give
as long as it's not on Shen, then it's
like
fine.
otherwise, it's just you're gonna be grouped up, so it really doesn't matter who you give it to. Unless like you can give it to your split pusher if you have like a Jax and you can take a tower with it.
Shen's the opposite, right?
But yeah, so it doesn't
Okay,
it doesn't do anything. So just give it to. It doesn't matter who you give it to in that situation, besides not Shen. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what you should be doing. So I don't know what you guys end up doing. Let's see. So Corki gets blue. Someone's catching top. That's fine. You can take a minute to reset all the lanes. Corki at this point should be going top and swapping with bot. Essentially, so Corki can get she can start pushing in top side and then rotate mid with bot. You guys get vision control on their blue side. Push the lanes. Yeah, yeah. You need to get this lane pushed. You have enough vision. Like, you need to get
Yeah.
more vision in here so you can comfortably push. You know Jarvan's here, so you just play it safe, let Shen get pressure, but it's pretty much like you need to get all 3 lanes pressuring. You're just masturbating mid, doing nothing.
Since we don't have top pushed, should I slow push bot instead of fast push?
No, you should fast push, because if Jarvan's here,
Yeah, yeah,
you need to be pressuring, so they have to match you. Because if they send Ashe or something, you guys immediately force a play because you have teleport advantage or Shen ult.
Okay.
So like Shen needs to be pushing here. You needed to have someone here. You needed to get vision on this side of the map.
Yeah, just time down.
Yeah, like obviously you had to play a bit more conservatively because you knew that they had 5 people top because no one was matching Shen. But like here is not what you want to do, because for all
Jarvan's
you
on his
know,
way.
Jarvan can come. You don't really have top pushing, like, but this is you force the teleports. I guess it works, but like you're so far ahead, it's fine, but it's not technically textbook. But that's not really a big deal. This doesn't make sense.
That's not worth.
This is
no.
way too forced. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to flash for this hook. You can just wait for these waves to come in and then just hook when they try to wave clear and just poke the tower. Like especially on a Braum. If maybe it was an Ashe, that makes sense, but why Braum? You force like a channel, but they don't finish it. Shen, you need to keep pushing. You know that they're all fucking mid. Please keep pushing and make them come to you and then back off. You're playing like a pussy.
Oh right, okay. Even with no vision in their reds.
Well, no, you knew that they were here. It takes time to go bot.
Okay.
So you can just get these next creeps, make sure that they have to go bot, and then you can back off. But so now you've got this slow push going, so that's fine. Honestly, I still feel like if you get vision around here a bit better, you can actually have Corki this entire time pushing.
That's what I was calling for. I know.
Yeah, because instead now you've just gotta. I don't. Why are you here?
I don't know why I'm there, to be honest.
Okay. So yeah, so now you've got like 2 lanes that should be pressured that aren't. You're letting Ashe catch free farm for no punishment. And again, like, if you're gonna be doing this play, you need to bully them away from the wave clear. Rek'Sai should never be allowed to just unburrow to clear a wave. Like if he does that, you should have 3-4 people right here that says, okay, you go, we're gonna either Sejuani ult you, we're gonna hook you, we're gonna trap you, you're gonna get poked, you're gonna die. But instead you're giving them this entire wave to clear for free. Like, see, look how much you poke with just one ability. And then just look for blitz hooks and just play it nice and slow, right? Like this is free, but you need to be pressuring all lanes. So this is fine, I guess, since you're too afraid to send Corki top because you don't have the vision. But move in with the wave. You can even use Herald here if you really want to do something.
Yeah, we've had Herald this whole time. Yeah.
But
Would you recommend using it right now?
I think you can't. Like, it's just a call. You can totally do it if you're looking to force a fight.
Well, it's top lane slow pushing. We should wait until the top lane minions are closer to the top in a tower, right?
Yeah, sure. That works.
Goes there.
But right now you need to be up with the wave.
Yeah.
Because look how far back you guys are playing. This entire, like, the front line of the melees and the tank, they're just, cannon are just gonna get cleared for no punishment. Like, move in with, like, if they want to force a fight, you win a fight, right? You've got Shen ult. You've got 2 fed carries. You've got a tank. Like, if they enforce on you, you can turn. But you're just giving them this entire wave for free. What's the point of picking a poke and siege comp if you're not even gonna try to poke or siege? And now Sejuani's resetting to red right when the wave is building up enough to push mid, like to force them to react top.
I think the cause of the problem really is the Blitzcrank hook on cooldown. Like we need.
Oh yeah, because
the cause of the problem. The cause of the
goes
problem.
top because the Herald's about to expire, so she puts it in the.
Why not just use it mid?
They could have just dropped it mid. I don't know why we're so afraid mid. Why are we so afraid?
Like, look at this entire wave. Why are you just go, take the fucking tower? Fuck's sake. Oh my god, it's so free, but look, it's only 2 people, and we're like, it's, oh my god, it's the 0-3 tank Rek'Sai and Braum, time to back. And so now they caught bot wave for free, they get this entire fucking wave that you just waited 2 minutes for?
Oh, we're giving Ash all of the farm. Holy shit,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I should get so much farm at this point.
Like at this, if I was, just stick your hands down your pants and make sure your balls are still there. I think you may have lost them. What the fuck? And during this entire time, you're just sharing farm and XP. Ash is actually ahead of XP. Caitlyn.
Oh, that's fucked up, man.
And you're still 4K, like pretty much 3.5k ahead. And this, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with this Herald. Like, what are you ever gonna use it for? Okay, you get it out of the Krug pit and it's just gonna fucking trundle along all the way here. Like, just if you can, it legit just wasted it. Like, you might as well chunk this to like 40%, 20% so you can force a dive off of it, or like zone them off.
I have no idea why we were so afraid mid.
Yeah, you just legit just threw this away too. So now you're getting an Earth Drake. This should be your second Earth Drake. It's not. It's your first, because bot lane, well, support really, was a bit bloodthirsty.
You could say that.
That's a polite way of.
Okay, let's look at this. So Corki gets Jarvan by himself pretty much, zones him. They try to force a fight. Look what happens when they force a fight on the team that's up 4k. You win it. Holy fucking shit, what did Caitlyn just do? He netted away.
Oh, I did not know he did that.
Yeah, I
Oh
did
my
not see-
god.
Yeah,
I
Alright.
remember
well.
seeing him like in the middle of the enemy team.
Considering-
destroying him.
considering-
I did not know that happened.
How badly this fight was positioned and you still destroyed that fight kind of goes to show how far ahead you are and how easy this game is to just force the win.
Yeah, that really illustrates what you were saying earlier.
And so just take this Drake and then do the same fucking thing, but instead of just backing off, you just take their towers. Like Baron is actually, you don't even have to play around Baron because you have a disgusting siege. Like just one blitz hook gets somebody to 40, 20, or dead. You have Sejuani ult, you have Shen ult to force a dive once it's up, like, and you're up 5k. You don't even need to play around Baron, you should just win this game off of siege.
Yeah, this is free.
Alright, let's see what you guys do. Okay, you're getting Baron control. You don't really need to. You can just move into their jungle and get complete vision control here. Corki goes here again. You guys push here, and you just control this side. Like, you don't need to be playing for river.
Oh, would you mind if I ask a specific question? If we had like 4 wards to place in their blue buff, where would be the best 4 places to put the wards?
Okay, so with all your vision, you can put pinks here. You can put a pink here. You can put ward here, 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 even here. Like, honestly, anywhere in their jungle that you just get vision control in.
Just deeper. Than
You
we've
just
done
need
it,
deep.
yeah.
You don't need
It's
to
just
play
like
for river. You guys are, you
Around
have
the top of the wolf camp.
all of their tower. Okay, so another rule of thumb for vision: when you have all these towers down, you don't want to play for river control if you're ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, if this game is even, it's a lot different because you don't want to overextend into an even fight because they've got their towers, you don't. You're further from your base, they can chase whatever. But when you're
We've
this
just
far
confirmed
ahead,
we win the team fight. Yeah.
yeah, when you're this far ahead, you want your vision past the river. You want it in their jungle. Obviously, if you're getting your towers down, then you need to get defensive vision in your entrances and in your jungle. It's just like,
I think this is partly, I'll say it's partly on me, because usually when I call to get control of a space, I'm not specific enough, I think. Like, at this type of point, I don't know if I did it in this game specifically, but in most games, I'll usually be calling get control of, the X quadrant of the jungle. I think I should be more specific about, like, moving the vision up.
Yeah,
instead
I
of
mean,
just,
if you're a support or your teammates don't have great game knowledge on what that means, sure, but I think saying getting control of blue side is fine, to be honest. But if you need to be more
Yeah.
specific, I don't know how you guys communicate, so sure. But like right now, you guys again are way too fucking scared.
Yeah.
So just push
Just
up,
creep.
get vision, and then just take the towers. Like you're playing for Baron when you don't need to. Like you're a
Yeah.
siege comp that never even needs to touch Baron. If anything, the worst thing you can do is force a Baron fight where they can use their AoE and their tanks to just
Yeah.
bottle you up.
Oh,
And
we're
now
getting to that.
you're just giving him more farm too. Like you're actually doing nothing.
And the,
Yeah,
the
this
Ash
is
is
so
like
much more painful to watch than the last game.
the Ash is like reasonably stronger than the K, I think, right now as well.
See, if this was an
Um,
if
In a
this
team
was an
fight.
if this was an even game, I can kind of understand this because then you have to look for a pick or something. But you're this far ahead, there's no reason to. And this should be a free fight. You guys just gotta pick. I don't know why you're running. Just alt the blitz and fight. Why is Corky running? Like, it doesn't matter if Jarvan ults in, you guys have their entire team staring you in the face while he channels. Corky's legit doing nothing this entire time. Blitz didn't get ulted, so he dies. Sejuani's still holding onto ults instead of actually, or NQ, NW, and E instead of doing anything to their backline. Shen ults the Caitlyn for no reason. Oh, whoops. Like this is actually just like this is all you need. Like if you're gonna force them to play around Baron to get a pick, I don't get why you're afraid of getting a pick. Just kill this guy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the Jarvan teleport's coming in, just immediately all blitz and just force the fight while he's channeling. Like, you guys are so far ahead. The Shen ults...
I shouldn't have been so afraid of the Blitz dying and my ult not getting
Yeah,
it.
and then like, and Corky just gets zoned, doesn't do anything. You guys Wombo, Sejuani ult's pretty much useless. The Shen ult was useless. Caitlyn and like... Ugh. Okay, so you played that team fight awfully. Okay, so yeah, and you're still up.
That was so bad.
So let's see what happens here.
But by this point in the game, our
Pretty sure the
gold lead
Jarvan
doesn't
does.
actually mean anything, does it? Like
What?
the
3K?
brawl was just
All it means.
What?
means
It's
something.
20. It's
Something.
20. It's 27 minutes. 3K is like not amazing, but it's not like it's nothing. You guys still have item advantages.
okay.
Like,
Okay.
Look
Don't
at
have a bad comp either.
yeah, like
It's not great.
Yeah.
It could be better, but
Like obviously an
It's
8K
good
gold
enough.
leads more, but gold leads become insignificant when you have 6 items. Until then,
Yeah.
they're still relevant. Depending on who the gold lead is on. Like obviously if both mid laners are at 6 items and your entire gold lead is on mid, then yeah, the mid lane doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So you get a pick on the Jarvan, you get another Mountain Drake, you've got double Mountain, that makes your siege even better. So you can just take their base, you can take their tower, you can just poke them out. But you're playing for Baron again. Alright, let's just see how much more time you guys waste. So so it took you guys from here, from 16 minutes to 32 minutes, all you got were like 4 kills maybe, losing a team fight in one of them, and getting 2 Drakes. When you had like a 5k gold lead at this point.
and we have a really good comp for forcing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel so
Like
bad.
Snowblight.
Like,
We have a
if
really
you're gonna
good
pick
comp.
Our
this
siege is
champion,
insane.
like this Blitz has effectively done nothing all game.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst Blitz game we had as well.
and it's not because he played it badly. It's because you guys didn't do anything. Even when he got a pick, instead of following up on the pick, you said, "Okay, cool, dude, enjoy," and then left him. This was a pretty cheap. I like this play. You ended up sneaking it. Oh wow, look at how useful this Rift Herald is gonna be, guys.
Were you trying to release the Rift Herald, or you just want to do your Krugs?
I can't remember actually. I remember being salty that my Krugs have been up for like a good 6 minutes or something because we were just holding the Rift Herald there.
Yes, good use, in my opinion.
Rek'Sai like caught up on XP and like.
And
I
now
was like, oh,
this should be
Correct.
game. You are 6K ahead. You have Baron on a 131/14 siege comp. If you lose from this point, it's pretty bad. And you do, it seems like. So let's see what happens. So you guys establish vision. So at this point, if that's the case, if you're establishing vision bot side, then you just send Corki bot, Shen goes top. You don't have to play around Baron, so you don't need to send your top laner bot. And then you can just take both side lanes. I mean,
agreed.
every outer tower, it doesn't really matter. But it looks like you're now reestablishing vision top side. So either way, you just pick a lane. You just pick a lane assignment. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Corki pushes up. You guys push mid. Shen pushes bot, and you just take all of their inners. And then you start sieging up at their inhibitor towers. You establish your trap line. You make people have to react to Corki, so their only wave clear is Ashe. Then you look for hooks, you look for poke, you look for an engage, and it's game.
Yes.
Let's
let's do that, boys.
You get a hook, and look at how low he gets, right? You don't even have to kill him. You force his flash, you force ult, you force teleport. For just one hook, which you could have been doing for 10 fucking minutes.
oh, this is where the end.
And
Time to end.
yeah, and so this is fine. You guys can play back because you're getting pressure in other side lanes, so it's totally fine. Yeah. So that this is the time where you back off because you know there's two side lanes that they're not able to deal with. So your entire job is to just not die here, wait for them to show, then you can apply pressure again. So this is fine. And Corki just gets a free tower top. You know Rek'Sai's technically out of the fight. Corki, you should keep fucking pushing. Okay, no, now you see Orianna. That's fine. Never mind. I take it back. And now you go mid. You take this tower. Caitlyn needs to use her fucking traps. I don't think I've seen a single trap line.
That's a good point.
If you're gonna play Caitlyn, use your traps.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we
play.
haven't sieged like without siege. We
Yeah.
haven't sieged at all.
Yeah. And then okay.
Fucking arcade, man.
This is
Yeah.
where it happens.
Freddy's clench meat.
I
Okay.
remember.
So Shen is here. And he. What are your comms like, Noodles?
Right now. Oh yeah, right now our comms are okay. We're just finishing off the inner towers and we'll pull back for the Infernal Drag.
Okay.
And we'll probably reset.
You
and start
need to
pushing
be
down the
screaming at your team that Jarvan's walking
roads.
top.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that Jarvan's walking up too.
Okay, so then you walk this way.
Oh no.
Because look at this. You just got mid. You're getting this tower for free. You walk back and Jarvan doesn't find an engage. You guys reset for this Infernal. You reestablish your push. But instead you let this guy engage. Instead of flashing out like you should have right here, you don't. You get knocked up. They engage on you. You get CC locked. You insta-die. Shen's like, nah, brah, I'm not going to ult because you're going to die instantly. And then this happens.
Oh, that was a sick.
Yeah, that was.
And then Caitlyn flashes into Jarvan. What the okay. And melees. Why are you meleeing them?
I think she was trying to flash the Rek'Sai
She's
ult,
trying to-
but missed it
Trying to
anyway.
assert dominance.
Well, this was just horribly mechanically played by Caitlyn. Let's take a look at that. So here it's fine. Just hit what's hitting you. Net out. Good job. You put a trap down. Yeah. So now I don't know what you're QSSing. But you flashed here.
Oh my god.
You
Press
flash.
all the buttons.
You flash this
flash
way,
up towards the
not
team,
this
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Well, not only towards the team, but just not into Jarvan. Like even if the team's not here, you actually win this too. You kill both of them if you're not in melee range, if you're over here. And then you walk backwards away from the melee champions. Like you're actually inting. Like you actually kill both of them and you don't even need to use Shen ult for it. If you just flash here and move back, or if you even if you flash here, you just move back and force them to walk towards you instead of walking towards the Blitzcrank, who's gonna what's he gonna do? So this fight was actually like, even with how badly it started, you should have actually won this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so ahead.
Yeah, you had Baron. They forced almost everything on your tank. Yeah, that was just really bad from Caitlyn, to be honest. But so I mean, all just as bad from Fred. Like, you should have just flashed. You should have used your ult. You should have done anything besides just die for nothing. And now your Baron's gone, and they get an Infernal Drake. And now this is the point where this game gets hard because you've lost tempo in side lanes. And now all they need to do is group up, engage with Ashe and Jarvan, and just make this Blitzcrank useless and force you guys to to play 4v5 fights. Because Shen now is pretty much useless as a split pusher, because again they're just gonna force a fight. You can't deal with Braum, Jarvan, Rek'Sai frontline while your frontline's gonna get shredded because you've only got 2 tanks and a Blitz. And honestly, your build is pretty bad here, Fred. Don't build Warmogs into a Bork AD carry, especially when a Randuin would be 20 times more useful. It's partially the reason you got one shot.
Yeah.
Because like you can't tank Ashe because I don't like. Yeah, so you're actually going to be useless in fights pretty much. And then let's see what happens. I mean, just assuming you guys are just going to lose every fight now.
We int twice. There's 2 specific ints.
See, look, they understand.
This
They're
is
just forcing. They're just forcing. Corki just needs a W backwards.
Oh my
Don't
God.
auto. Why? Okay, both.
Are you ready for the Blitzcrank play though?
Okay, first things first. Both of you got mid and AD carry. You need to just use your just maintain range. You don't need to be auto trading with the melee when you can just back out and then just win the auto trade because they can't auto you. The second he engages, you W out, and if he ults on you, you flash. But if you hold on to it till he's melee and just keep auto trading against this guy, I don't get it. You just got chunked to 40, and you just pretty much get one shot before you can fight. So now you can't even contribute to the fight. And then Blitz walks into 5 of them, and Caitlyn's fucking by herself. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. So that's just bad positioning. Look, you're still 5k in the gold lead, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so sad about this game.
I'm triggered.
I mean, Caitlyn's not here. I don't know why you're fighting without Kate. What was Caitlyn doing? Was she dead?
Oh, she got hit by an Ashe arrow in base.
But why was she so late anyway?
That's a good question too.
What was she
She's
buying? She had so much gold. Okay.
Watch the arrow.
Wait, does she not then get home guards?
No, she doesn't get home.
Oh,
that's actually that's pretty unlucky. I'm not gonna lie, that sucks. Not really much could have been done there. I guess Caitlyn should have just been a bit more careful. But yeah, so you force this fight. Shen, you can't go in though. You have to be playing to disengage this fight, not win it. Because you have to say, okay, Caitlyn's in fucking base. Just get them off Baron and back off. And you actually peel this fight off really well.
Yeah, you live forever, Fred.
And then Shen,
back is fine.
Yeah.
I'm fucking trolling.
You jump into 5 of them while your AD's not here, and then you just die.
Yeah, I think specifically the problem here was our ADC is our least experienced player when it comes to team
Yeah,
games.
I didn't
he
actually
wasn't-
realize he wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't like that's he'll get better at that in time, but he definitely should have been saying, "Guys, I'm not there. Play like pussies."
Yeah, I mean, you guys still technically like zone them off the fight and get the Baron and get out. So
Wait, how does that happen?
they fuck up.
I'm
It doesn't.
I'm a 50-50 machine.
It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
that's true. We do have the UK peanut.
The
on our
thing
team.
is, you've got this Baron again. You can just reestablish what I just talked about, right?
One a 50-50 again.
Against who? What? Come on.
Candy floss.
Oh, okay.
Come back to me when you've trundled Q's.
Yeah, fair. Fair enough.
Okay, are you guys focused again? All right.
Yes.
So, what do you do here? Well, you have Baron.
I'm running top to stop
Why?
that huge wave, and I guess we don't even need to worry about that tower, but I'm greedy, so I want to take that wave and stop the tower.
So,
And then I'm going to TP back to the team. We're going to walk in for Elder Dragon.
you should have realized by now that you cannot TP into these fights because they will be
No, I
over.
want to TP before the fight. I want to TP before
Yeah.
the fight. That's what we were saying the whole time. Is that
Okay.
all right? We're going to TP before the fight. So, what's the time on Elder Dragon? It's not up yet, right?
It's up in 8 seconds.
8 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying, just wait for me to clear this wave. I remember this whole time. I was like, yeah, just wait. The Elder Dragon's not up. Just wait for me to clear the wave. I'm going to TP to you guys.
Yeah, so
That's
Corky
not-
gets hit by the Ash arrow because front line isn't zoning. Blitz wasted his hook because it's just, I don't know. And then you guys just get comboed and lose, and Shen just starts his teleport.
Yeah, my ult's not even up yet. At this point as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. So,
I remember saying, don't walk up yet.
Yeah.
That's not to the wave.
you guys need to listen to your teammates if that's the case.
Mhm.
And more importantly, it's like you
They would've had
can't
spawn
you
when
can't
he walks
win
up.
team fights anymore because your comp can't deal with theirs unless you get a pick or you poke. And fighting at Elder Drake
It's neither.
is they engage in a choke with Jarvan, Ashe, Ori, Braum, and your your carries, the two marksmen, hit the Braum shield and then get womboed. That's what happens.
So we have Baron, right? And they're running to Elder Dragon because they want to force a fight.
What do? You
and
say
we're not in lanes yet.
you say fuck this wave, you run it down mid
Yeah.
with Baron, and then when they start Drake Elder, you go to them and you
Yeah,
you know
just
you play safe. If you maintain your distance and play
We still
this
have the poke
properly,
as well.
yeah, you
Yeah,
poke them
yeah.
out because their
Yeah.
engage is Jarvan ult and Ashe arrow. You have QSSs, and if
Yeah.
Jarvan ult, you have two mobile carries. They can't actually force a fight unless you int it, which you do here.
Yeah, but,
But if you play around mid, get mid priority, keep poking them and scaring them off of this, eventually you get to a point where you can just either force them at Elder where you've poked them and won the fight, or you just run it down mid with Baron and take their base. What you don't do is send Shen top for like 30 farm when, like, who the fuck cares about this tower
who
and who
cares
the
about
fuck
attack
cares
actually?
about the CS?
So bad.
And then just have to bottle up in this random ass choke where you can't siege, where you can't even poke because you got no vision control, and there's no really like avenue of escape because they just run it down this way. So it's just poor decision making and understanding of where to play, and then you lose the game. So there's a lot of shit in this game that was bad. The biggest issue was one here. Understanding that you're playing for the objectives, not the kills. You got the fucking objective. There's another objective right here. Go to the objective, please. 2 is understanding what your comp does. And understanding you have a lead. I don't understand why you guys didn't even get a single tower with this composition until you got Baron. From this point onwards, 16:30 to 34 minutes, you guys don't get a tower with a 4K gold lead with Corky Caitlyn.
Wow. So that was all because we were playing like bitches when we were
Yeah,
pushing
we
waves.
sat back in mid.
We
I
sat
still don't
really
understand
far
why
back.
we sat back in.
Yeah, I don't either.
We let them wave clear for free. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Use your waves to pressure. Like when that wave's building that far up, Sejuani doesn't put Herald here and get Scuttle. She goes mid, and takes the tower and forces the dive or does something with the wave. Like when you see a wave that big, you don't say, "Oh, time to reset so they can catch the wave." You say, "We need to pressure something so they
Somewhere
either
else, yeah.
give that up or they have to send somebody, and then we have a numbers advantage." And then with Baron, you guys actually had the right idea, but then you chimped out mechanically. And it got to the point where since you'd stalled for like 10 minutes and they caught up, so they got relevant items. When you chimp out like that, you lose the team fight. So
Yeah.
just pretty bad play from mechanically and shot calling wise and individual play. And then here, right, like you get Baron. This is a really niche scenario, so I don't expect you to like have that much experience here, but mid priority over, like, unless they can rush this, which they couldn't because there's still 20 seconds on this, you just get mid priority with Baron, and then you're either here while they start Drake and you take their entire base. Oh, did not mean to screenshot that. Or you can just keep zoning, poking, and then force them into this really awkward scenario where they're taking Elder, they're taking Poke, they have to split their focus. Yeah, right, and then they can't get a clean engage. But what you don't do is send Shen to catch 30 creeps for an outer tower, so you can't do anything. Because yeah, you can say, yeah, don't fight, but then what do? Just sit here while they get complete vision control?
We shouldn't be at the blue buff, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't actually do that. So you need to be grouped and just understand, like, you don't have the freedom to just wait for your channel. You just have to group with Baron. So there you go.
Should the rest of we should all 5 be walking down mid, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't send anybody top. You don't send anybody bot. You just go mid because this isn't spawning. You get some vision around brush, so they can't just get a random pick. And then you clean out the wave, and then you just poke and siege and like just try to play around it. It's still pretty hard. If they get the engage off, you're fucked. But it's better than whatever happened here.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions about either game?
I don't think so.
No, I think you focused really well on the mid game where we should have been pushing our advantage and playing to our win conditions a lot more. That was where all of the mistakes were, really. And the blitzcrank over aggression is separate.
Yeah, I think individually you need to talk to Mike and Natty, whatever, tell him to get his head out of his ass. But I think otherwise, like, this game, even with whatever happened here and like that random flash for the Braum, this game was pretty fucking free. Like, they really
and also it's like there was like the thing where we got picked around our mid tower, in a mid tower, where the blitzcrank ends up behind them. I think most of us were pretty like tilted after that, and we were just like, oh, we're just gonna lose every fight.
Yeah.
I think we were like had a bad mindset when we were still in the stronger position.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had a 5k gold lead even after.
Yeah, we felt behind after we lost those couple of fights, but we were actually ahead.
So there you go. The first game was a bit more straightforward. It's just mid lane mechanically, well, not even mechanically, decision making wise, just playing pretty poorly, and then you guys not understanding how to rotate. Don't send your bot lane mid when they can go top. And then yeah, this here was just a fiesta. There's some like over aggression, but you guys just have to understand what your comp does and play with it.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys are just too scared to use your comp, like, not only with the siege, but with understanding how to apply jungle pressure in the right lanes. Fred, your jungle pressure, while it worked out, could have been utilized a lot better, right? Yeah. Even you got that first gank top, which is fine. Putting early pressure in solo lanes is totally acceptable. If there's no way to make a play bot, yeah, you can focus solo lanes. But when your Corki package is up, you have a free chance to reset. Your Shen ults up, your bot lane just reset and is going bot with the wave that's about to crash bot. You don't say, I'm gonna double gank top and lose Shen ult and lose our summoners. You say, I'm gonna go reset bot and just take over this entire game without giving up anything. Yeah. So there you go.
If we package Shen ult bot lane, we probably win on the spot.
Yeah, you didn't use, like, I didn't see a package used once.
Yeah.
Effectively, I didn't use a Shen ult used once effectively. It was completely reactive. And when you're using Shen ult reactively, it's pretty shit, to be honest. So just pretty poor understanding of how to use your champions in comp as well. I know I'm always harsh on you guys, but you know, there's no
But
point
harsh
in
but
me.
fair.
There's no point me being like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys did okay here. You know,
No,
I'm not
clearly. I mean,
your
clearly you are.
long-term
You
coach,
clearly you prefer
so
to go over a loss as well, right?
And I'm
So
not
it's-
that interested in what we're already doing.
Yeah.
Okay, right? We're interested in what we're doing wrong.
yeah.
So-
So that's about it. If you guys got nothing more to discuss, we can end it here. If you got other questions overall, like not about the games in specific, now would be the time.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't.
most of the things we're concerned about are for the upcoming patch. So I think we'll leave that
Well,
there.
yeah, the game's going to change
Yeah,
a lot, so there's not many general questions we can ask.
Right.
I think that in that game, part of the reason that we're too afraid, I think Freddy is a lot more dominant on like Java and Gragas, whatever, than on Surge.
Yeah, you
And
can use your
he'll like force the
Sejuani
play
ult
on
to
those
engage.
champs.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of junglers, not just you, Fred, like when they play Sejuani, they don't understand she's a tank that can engage. Because I know she feels a bit more of like a secondary engage, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing stopping you from just throwing your ult out and forcing a cleanse or a flash, right? Like especially with the
Yeah.
blitz, you throw the ult
Mm.
out and the blitz just hooks, and they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think just to be a bit more confident in that. Like it just seemed to me that in that second game you had no idea what you could actually do with what you were given.
So when we go into our games in the future, like we need to.
Well, you need to
Going, right, here's
understand
what-
what your drafts are. Like that first game just showed to me like Okay.
I also think those were two of our less good drafts.
Well,
Out of
well,
all the
that's-
games we
that's-
played,
that's
those
why
were
you
probably two of our
lost.
worst drafts.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you lost. And so if your excuse for losing is we picked a bad draft, don't pick a bad draft. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you have to, if you're gonna pick a draft, you have to understand what it does, and then you have to play for it. So in the first game, you need to make sure Corky doesn't int to the one matchup that's like the most important not to lose, and you need to use your Caitlyn to take towers. In the second game, you have to take towers and siege, not play around Baron,
Yeah.
not just stall out for I don't know why, but just play farm simulator. You don't just outscale hard.
Yeah, in the first game, we were definitely too afraid of hiding our weaknesses instead of pushing our strengths. I think that was like the feeling. Because I remember in the game just being like, yeah, let's try and get Alex away from things that will kill him, Like,
Yeah, but like that works if you have a comp. That works on a comp that outscales. Like if you have like a hard outscaling comp, you can play to scale. But when your comp doesn't necessarily outscale,
It's just fast
then
push.
you need to just play to your strengths. Especially with the Caitlyn pick that you guys seem to like so much. Like you need to understand the strengths of that champion is sieging and getting an early advantage. So yeah. So I think something that could help you guys is just when you guys are loading into game, discuss what your win conditions are, which you seem to already do to an extent, but don't forget about that in the middle of the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you say, oh yeah, we need to siege, or oh yeah, we need to, get Trundle to split push and Caitlyn to siege. But if you're never gonna play for that, then what? Like, there's no point in
we get
discussing
too
it.
distracted by like the things that are happening in the moment.
Yep.
To like force our plan on the game.
You just need to be more disciplined.
Yeah. I agree with that.
All right. Cool.
All right then. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
yes,
worries.
Thank you very much.